Hey, what's up? This is Zach again, bringing you some more introduction to the Castle Doctrine, Jason Rohr's new video game. So last time I kind of touched on, what the game's all about. It's a game about protecting your things and your family from other robbers like yourself. So you go in, steal people's things, and you just try to figure out, how to get around their traps and get to their safe. So what I'm going to be covering today is kind of basic item tutorial, what all the items and traps you have in the game do. And this is excluding robbery tools, which I'll cover in another video. But right now I kind of set up a few basic things to show wires and structure, so let's get right into it. I'm going to say done to preview this kind of fake house I made. I spent around $2,240 on that. I don't really have enough to expand more, so I'm going to have to go back and edit in the middle of this video. But right now I'm going to click done. So right now I'm in burglar mode, as we discussed before. There goes my family, terrified of their dad. So these are the three different types of walls. You have a wooden wall, which when you're a burglar you can cut with a saw. You have a steel wall, which I actually don't know. I think you need some, like a blowtorch or something. We'll get to that later. And this is a concrete wall. So those are the three different types of walls. You also have a door. You can see your guy has a distinct field of vision right here. So I can't see through this door, and obviously doors can just be opened by... This is a normal wooden door. I think that's what it's called. No, it's just a door. So you can step through it, just normal. You can see the vision field change right there. Here's two walls with a window in it. I like to leave windows in the houses that I made as kind of a tease. Maybe like, oh hey, there's a safe. I might as well go around the corner. Bam, and there's a trap. So I really don't know what windows are used for too much yet, but we'll get to that later. And this is this is an electric or powered door. So here's a power source, which we'll get to kind of down there where I had all those electricity sources. So here's a power source. Here's the door. If the door gets a power source, it is on. If not, it is open, and you can walk through it. Okay, so that's kind of the basic structures. So you can create hallways and stuff like that. And here's some electricity tips. So here is a power source. The power source is always on. It's just a picture of a big battery. It never runs out, or a plug-in, what have you. I'm not an electrical engineer. So you have a power source, and these are wires. They're all in a T. They're in a T form, T shape. And so that's where power is carried, as you can see right here. Oh, these are I'm testing it with electric floor panels because they're the most obvious, on state things I can find. So you have those as on. Electricity is carried all the way throughout this T diagram, so you can see it goes... I don't have mouse capture on, dang it. Anyway, it flows through this like basically like water would, if you can picture electricity like water. So our first thing is a pressure toggle switch. This one is... it starts in the off position, so right now the electricity is coming down this pipe, goes across this... is trying to go across the switch, but the switch is not completed. Obviously, if you step on the switch, you toggle the switch to be in on position, and the electricity can flow into the trap, into the floor panel. And if a robber touches those, they get frightened. And I actually need to be really careful, because if I touch those, I die right now. The other one is starts in an on position switch. So as soon as you start robbing somebody, this switch is thrown on, and if you step on it, it turns off. Pretty simple. This one's pretty interesting. It's a sticky switch, so as soon as I press this switch, it'll stay on, and I can't turn it back off. So that one's fairly simple. This is the one that I've just now tested, so I may be a little bit wrong. This is a rotary toggle switch. So you can see this is the power coming right down this main pipeline into this electric floor panel. This floor panel's not on, but this one is, because mainly I have a power source right here going up into that floor panel. You can see this orange line in the middle of the rotary toggle switch. If I step it, it switches over, and it just flips. Kind of makes the T-shape wire into a one shape, or into a one direction wire. So that one's pretty useful. I haven't used that in anything yet, but I need to. This is another type of floor panel. It's a wire bridge. So you can kind of tell what's going on here. It has a T-shape, but the electricity isn't flowing, like we said in the water example earlier. It's not flowing throughout all of those pipes, all those electric pipes, with all the electrons and all that stuff. So if I turn this one off, this one's not off. You can just see the path in there, how that works. That one's pretty self-explanatory. So I need to make, I had another item that I wanted to discuss in this quick video. Let's see. Let's go out here. And I need money, because that's what stopped me before. So I'm going to take apart a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, okay. So now I have some dough to go under. Okay, so all of those items are available in the inventory, that top right button that I always forget to show before I click it. And what else do we have here that's electric powered? Oh, a trapdoor. This one's pretty self-explanatory also. Actually, no, it's not. This one has killed me many, many, many times. So let's show what that's all about. So if this door receives power, it's a floor. You can see that it's a little piece of glass right there. But as soon as you turn that off, that becomes a standard pit. I don't need to explain what the pit does. If you walk over it, you die, and I'm not going to demonstrate that because I'll lose everything. Because this is a permadeath game, like I said before. So if I step on that switch, floor's up, I can walk across it just fine. If I hit that switch, turn it off, trapdoor is off. It's bad news. That's dangerous. What else? What else can I say? Or show. Might make this one quick. Go up into my inventory. I'm going to get into pit bulls, chihuahuas, cats, and another kind of a trap making one. I'm just showing the basic structures. There's the pit I was talking about right here. And the dang, I need a naval cursor. That was a folly. Oh, wired wooden wall. We covered walls earlier in this this video. So what I'm going to do is undo a few things. Put a wall right there, but this wall has wire. So picture a wall. You can't see through it, but it's just carrying another wire. I'm going to have the powered trapdoor on the other side of that. So it's just like picture another one of these wires, just a standard wire. But now you can't walk through it, you can't pass through it, so it's just a wall. Those can be destroyed by power or by saws when you're a robber, but we'll touch on that in another video. I'm going to click done. You can see this power, this panel is getting, this trap door is getting power, and electricity is carried through it just like normal. Alright, so I think that's a pretty simple electricity instruction. I do need to add one more thing, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to paste that together. Give me 1 second here. Alright, here's my second part of this electricity tutorial. I couldn't put this in the first one because I ran out of money and I couldn't make these traps. So I'm going to go into burglar mode, as we all know. Goodbye, family. Goodbye, Billy. Virginia. Carrying 1,000? What? Okay, I'm going to have to look into that. I didn't know if she could carry money. Alright, anyway. So these are my new traps. You're going to see a pretty simple wire structure here. You're going to have a voltage triggered switch. Now what does that mean? So look at this, look at the wire kind of going along my dude right here. So on this horizontal plane right here, you can see the electricity should be going into this, but you have kind of a break in this voltage triggered switch. You can see the blue line is kind of broken, and on this panel that I'm standing on, I need to work on mouse capture, I know. That panel I was standing on, you can see the blue line is broken. But if I stand on this switch and kind of flip, if I kind of route the electricity to the top of this, if that top of this panel that I'm standing on right now receives electricity, that switch will flip and it'll complete the circuit. Bam. So you can kind of see that little lever push down. It looks like a little wooden stick that pushes the circuit to complete it. So that's the voltage triggered switch. The other one that I didn't cover is the exact opposite, voltage triggered inverted switch. So if I remove the electricity, right? No, if I give this switch electricity, that lever pushes down and breaks the current. That is really neat when you try to have a electricity source do two things. Like I at once had a house where I could where I had a door to my safe that was shut and a door to my, or the door to my safe was open so I could reach it, and the door to my safe, door to a few pit bulls I had, this is really terrible explanation, but the door to the pit bulls I had was closed, and if you hit the switch, the safe would close and the pit bulls would come open. I accomplished that with one of these, I forget which one it was. So these can make some really elaborate door traps that I really like. And that's it. That's it for the kind of basic structure and electricity tool. If you want to see more electricity tutorial, if you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. I'm twitter.com/zfleeman, just my first name, last initial there. First initial, last name there on my channel. Yeah, until next time, keep your family safe.